Today's topic is about shifting. Shifting is one of the most essential techniques of violin playing. You shift your hand and fingers up and down of the fingerboard to a different position. If you don't know how to shift, you can only play limited notes on the first position. Here is the preparation for shifting. First, make sure all your fingers, including the thumb, the part between the thumb and the index finger, are relaxed. For beginners, shifting to the third position is very common for the start. Let's pick a random note, B, on A string. And then we shift the index finger to the third position to reach the note D. You simply lift your finger, slide, and drop it down. In this process, your thumb and the index finger should shift simultaneously from the old position to the new position. The hand should remain the same. Except when you are shifting to really high positions, like 6th and 7th position, your hand and fingers are forced to bend and flatten in order to reach, so your hand shape cannot able to remain the same. When you shift from high position to low positions, the thumb should anticipate and move a little early than your other fingers. Your hand, fingers, and the thumb will still end up arriving together at the new position. When you are shifting to really high positions, your thumb should move from the left side of the neck to the back of the neck, and sometimes even to the right side of the neck. Your wrist, hand, and the arm should be also adjusted to the right and outward accordingly. When you're shifting from high positions to low positions, everything above is backwards. According to the violin master Ivan Galamian, there are two kinds of shifting, the complete and the half shifting. The complete shifting is the most common one. It is an action of the entire arm and hand, including all the fingers and the thumb. The half shift is an action of the entire arm and hand, including all the fingers without the thumb. One finger goes up and down to extend out of its normal range without moving the thumb. After it reaches the new position, other fingers and the thumb follow it to the new position, like this. There are two styles of shifting, the classical style and the romantic style. They only apply to the shifting with different fingers. The classical style, which is called the French school, refers that you use the old finger as the median to complete the shifting process to the new position, like this. In this case, the B is the old finger. The Romantic style, which is called the Russian school, refers that you use the new finger as the median to complete the shifting process to the new position, like this. In this case, the F sharp is the new finger. Within the complete shifting, there are three types: shift to the same finger, shift to a higher finger in ascending and descending, and shift to a lower finger in ascending and descending. The first type is the easiest one to start with, shifting to the same finger like this. The second type is shifting to a higher finger in ascending and descending. They are actually very different. I'm going to explain it separately. Here is example of ascending. You should use the classical style. Here is an example of descending. You should use the romantic style. Type is shifting to a lower finger in ascending and descending. Here is an example of ascending. You should use the romantic style. Here is an example of descending. You should use the classical style. Here are some suggestions for you. First, don't shorten the last note before shifting. For some psychological reason, when students see that shifting is coming, he often gets anxious. Hence, he doesn't play the last note in its full value. Second, the clarity. How to minimize the shifting sound. Besides the good speed of shifting, the bow can also help. By moving slower and diminishing the pressure during shifting, it will eliminate some shifting sound. That applies to slurs. If you are playing separate bows, the nature of bow change will automatically eliminate some shifting sound. Thirdly, the speed of shifting. Generally speaking, it should be neither too fast or slow. If it is too fast, it sounds jerky and abrupt. If it is too slow, it affects the subsequent rhythm, and it also creates unnecessary sliding sound. You need to find the balance of the speed. When you are applying shifting in the musical context, you should observe what composer wants. In fast passages, shifting should be clean and fast. Shifting sound should be as unnoticeable as possible. I would recommend the classical style shifting in fast passages. It makes things more cleaner. No matter you're playing separate or slur bows, you'll be able to hide shifting pretty well. In some lyrical moments, when composers want something expressive, you should purposely shift slowly to the new position, and that will introduce my next point. When shifting serves some special purposes like glissando or portamento. Glissando means continuous slide upward or downward between two notes. Portamento means a sliding sound from one note to another. In this scenario, I will recommend the romantic style shifting. If you are playing it with separate bows, play the median note on the new bow, like this. If you are playing within a slur, then it doesn't matter. The sliding sound will be heard. I will recommend the following two books for the beginners: The Essential Techniques for Strings, Violin, Book 3 by Hale Leonard Corporation, and Exercise for Change of Position by Gaylord Yost. These exercises are step by step. Through systematic training, you will get familiar with shifting. For advanced students, I will recommend the following two books: The School of Violin Techniques, Book 1, Chapter 9, 11, 13, 15, and 17 by Henry Schraddick, and The School of Violin Techniques, Book 3 by Otakar Savchik. They are more challenging.